Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to solve code shape problem, shift and string. Before we start looking into this problem details, some examples about this problem and this Java solution for this problem, I want to mention that my channel is dedicated to help people who are preparing for Java J2 interviews and coding interviews. You will find a lot of helpful videos on my channel that can help you in your interview preparation and in your coding interview preparation. From coding interview perspective, there are very important coding questions varieties such as BFS, DFS, matrix problems, graph problems, dynamic programming problems, as well as binary search tree related different problems. So you will find all sort of varieties on my channel which is covered like different varieties. Apart from these, there are also questions related to linked list, strings, optimization problems using priority queues, and a lot of logical questions that are very important from coding interview perspective, and those questions are taken from previously asked coding questions by big tech companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Yahoo, and many others. So that will definitely be helpful for you in your coding interview preparation. So please subscribe to the channel now. So let's look into the Chef and string problem statement. So Chef likes playing with strings. The most interesting game are named Chef in string. The move of the game consists of the following. Chef takes a subsequence of strings letters from the word chef, and then he removes that symbols. The goal of the game is to make maximal number of moves. Please help chef and tell him the maximum possible number of moves that he is able to make for the given string s. So let's look into the what's input is given to us. So in the input, the first line of each test case contains a given string, and it contains all these C, H, E, F. These are the uppercase letters it will contain, right? After that, outputs is we have to output maximal possible number of moves, right? So they have given us some examples here. So let's take this example on whiteboard so I can explain you in better way. So let's take this is the example, let's say, right? So here if you so what first we'll understand what the question is asking us to do. So we have to find out subsequences of the word chef, right? Of the word chef, CHEF. So this word subsequence we have to find, and we have to find out maximum number of subsequence. So as you can see here, this is one subsequence of the word chef, and this is another subsequence of the word chef, right? So both has chef word in it. So the answer for this one is 2. So as you can see, 2 is the answer here, right, for this one. And if you look at the other one, so I took another example here. So this is another example where let's say let's look into this example. So now here we can see that this one safe subsequence is there, right? So CHEF, this subsequence we are trying to find out in this string, right? So one sequence we can easily find out. Now here CH, but CHE is there, right? But there is no F after E, so this cannot be counted as a shape subsequence, right? So this is only one subsequence you can see here. So this is what the problem is. So let's look into the how we are going to solve this problem, right? This is a string problem. So what we can do to solve this problem is we can create some counters actually. So let's say we have 4 different counters. One is a counter for C, one is counter for H, right? One is counter for E, and one is counter for F, right? So these all counters are there, and initially all the counters are 0, right? Initially all of them are 0. So we will start. So let me just remove this black line from here just quickly. So let's just go ahead and take this line, remove this line, and this line also, right? Okay, so now we took these 4 counters, and what we will do is we will go from each character by character. So first so we are now discussing our approach, how we are solving this problem, right? So first we are at C. So when counter when we see uh, any character, we will increment its count, right? So now count become 1 here, right? So count of chef, there is, let's say there is one main count where we are counting chef, so it is 0 basically now, right? Now we are going to h. So when we are going to h, we are trying to check if the counter of c, if the counter of c is bigger than h, right? So now h is 0, count of c is 1, so yes, it is bigger than h, so we will increment the h count. So now h count became 1. Now we are at e. So when we are at e, we will check if the count value of h is bigger than e, right? So as you can see, value is 0, h is 1, so h is bigger than e, so in that case we will increment count of e. After that we will go to f. At this point we will check if the count value of e is bigger than f. So e is bigger than f, right? 1 is bigger than 0, so in that case we will increment 1. So when we are so we increment 1 here, right? So we will keep doing it, so as we are still going, right? So here also we reach here, so at this time we will just increment the count value of c, right? So c count value will become 2. When we encounter any h, we will see the count value of c, it should be bigger than h. So now h is 1 and c is 2, so c is bigger than h, so we will increment value of h to 2, right? So we are here, so now we are here, basically we are now at character e. So when we are at character e, we will always check the value of previous character h, right? So and we want to make sure that the h value should be more than e value. So 2 is more than 1, so in this case we will increment e value to 2. After that we are at f, and f value we will check if previous value of e, so previous value of e, right, previous value of e is bigger than f, so we will increment value of f to 2, right? So at this time at this point we are again seeing f, right? So we will check the value of f, is it if value of e is bigger than f, no, right? Both are same, so we will not increment for all these remaining f's, right? We are not going to increment the value of f because the f value is the e value is not bigger than f value, so we will not increment the f value. And at the end of the string we will just return whatever our f count as the answer, right? So f count is 2 here, right? So 2 is the answer, correct? And why it is working logically, as you can see why we are doing this approach. So we want to find out the string chef, right? So chef means basically h, when we are looking at h, it should have a previous c. When we are looking at e, e should have previous h. When we are looking at f, f should have previous e character, right? So if those are possible, it means that a chef string can be formed, basically, right? So that's why our approach, the logic works basically, and we will keep incrementing the counter values as I mentioned you. So and whatever f value is the at the end is our answer. So same approach we can take it for this example. So here again we are trying to find a chef string, right? So the string is shef, same chef string. This is another string, we are just taking another unit test case example. So again we will have 4 counters, right? C, H, E and F. So these are our 4 counters. So all are 0 in the beginning, right? So I'm not writing it, all are 0. So we are at C, so we will increment the value of C to 1. We are at H, so we will check the previous value of previous character, means value of C. So C is means C value is 1, which is greater than 0, so we will increment H value in this case. Again E, H value is greater than E value, so we will increment E value. F, E value is greater than F value, we will increment F value, so now F become 1. C, we will increment C, so C becomes 2, right? After that H, so H again becomes 2 here. Then F comes, so F we will check if the value of E is bigger than F, so no, right? So we will not increment F. So all these f's, all these f's we will keep going. We will not increment value because e value is not greater than f value. Now here e value is there, so we will increment the e value because h value is bigger than e value. So now e will become 2. When we go here again, we will check if h value is bigger than e value. No, both are equal, so we will not increment it. So we are at the end of the string and we will return f as our answer. So our answer is 1. As you can see, only one chef can be formed here, and I'm highlighting that chef here for you. So this is the only one chef we can find here, right? Here CHE is there, but after E there is no F, right? So that's why only one. So let's look into the Java solution for this chef and string problem. So string is given to us. We will just calculate length of the string as L. As I explained you, we are taking C, H, E and F counters here as 0 in the beginning. We are converting the string into character array because character array is easy for iterating, right, in a for loop. So we are just iterating from I is equal to 0 till the length. We will keep checking. If a of I is equal to C, we will just straightforward increment the C, right? If we are at a character H, we wanted to check if we have more C's than H, right? The number of C's should be more than H. In that case only we will increment H, right? And why we do that? Because H comes after C, right? So it makes sure that C is available before H, right? Because to form the word chef, right? So same thing, right? Again, if the character is E, we wanted to make sure that we have enough H before the E, right? So H should be greater than E, and in case of F, again we will check that E should be greater than F. In that case only we will increment the F, right? So we'll keep doing we'll go through all this string until end, and at the end we will just print the F as our answer, right? As I explained you here, F is the answer, which is number of substrings chef, right? So let's give it a shot. Let's give it a run now. So as you can see, this is the example that we just saw. This is the same example, right? Only one, as you can see, only one is coming as the chef, right? So now what we will do is here we will just update this example and we will put one F here now, right? So if we put F now, we can form a chef word, right? Like how this C, H and then this E and this F, right, will form chef, right? So let's just modify this example quickly, put one EF here, and now our value should be increased to 2 from 1, right? So now we are getting 2, which is the correct answer, right? Let's take the example that they have given us. So let's take this example now. So let me just copy this string, should give us 2 as the answer. So so let me just copy this string. Sorry, that string is gone, I think. So that's fine, we can take another string. So let's take another string. So this is CHEF, right? CH, then we will just create one CHEF. So these are two CHEF, right? Already chef. Then here we will create one other chef here, right? So there are 3 chefs here in this string basically, right? So let's go ahead and run this test case. So we are getting correct answer 3 as the chefs, right? Because there are 3 chef substrings here, right? So this is the way we can solve the problem chef and string on CodeChef. So I am going to give you the link for this problem in the description. You can check it out. The problem, if you are new to my channel, there is a playlist called as CodeChef as well as Codeforces. It has a lot of solved different varieties of CodeChef and Codeforces problem. You can check it out. Also, there is a very big playlist on my channel called as LeetCode and LeetCode Solutions. It has vast varieties of problems which are taken from LeetCode and LeetCodes, and those are previously asked coding interview questions by Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Yahoo, Apple, Amazon, and many other big tech companies. So those are very important coding questions varieties, such as matrix problems using BFS, DFS, graph problems using BFS, DFS, as well as binary search tree problems, binary search related coding interview questions related to linked list strings, optimization problems, logical problems, as well as problems using dynamic programmings. All these different varieties of problems are covered there and explained with whiteboarding sessions and examples for better understanding, and also with the Java solutions. So if you are preparing for any Java interviews or coding interviews, this channel can definitely help you in your interview preparation. If you like this video, if you find this video helpful, and if you like the way it's been created with whiteboarding session, examples, and Java code, then please give it a like. Also subscribe to the channel. Your subscription to the channel is really important for the channel, because that is the way the videos can reach to more people who need help in solving coding problems. The main important goal of the channel is to help as many people as possible in their Java J2E interviews and in their coding interviews. The people who find it difficult, the coding interviews, they can look into the solved coding problems and understand how to approach different varieties of problems and how to apply different data structures and libraries of Javas to solve different varieties of coding problems. So if you like this video, please give it a like. Also, if you have any questions related to this problem and this video, then put your questions below the description. I am going to give you the Java solution link to my GitHub account. You can check it out. There are lots of other solutions also in Java there. You can find it out. You can practice those problems and solve those problems. Thanks for watching this video. Please share this video with your friends and colleagues, and thanks.